What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Backing Bogies. Doing something a little off script today. Got Lee here with me again. If y'all listen to the podcast, he was our first guest on the No Back Talk.
It was a privilege.
Yeah. So we're here in the Caddy Shack for right now. We're going to do some baseball stuff. It's something that we're both interested in. It's something I grew up doing. I think say the same thing for you.
Yep.
We're both Braves fans.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up a very Braves fan. I found myself pulling for the Cubs here lately. I guess now I'm a Cubs fan, which respectable.
I mean, that's not a bad choice. They've completely redone that team. You know, it's going to be a few years, but I mean, they took one of my favorite Braves, Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
But honestly, with what the Braves have coming up in their minor leagues, not even an issue.
Yeah. So
not an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So today, I mean, we're just going to be we're going to go out in the yard, throw some, and just talk about some baseball stuff, and then we'll come back here in the Caddy Shack. That might be a different video where we come out here and take some cuts. It might just be us throwing and BSing a little bit and just talking baseball.
Yep.
Kind of piggybacking off what we were talking about in the podcast. You know, who deserves to be in the Hall, or your favorite player, or who we think the GOAT is, and breaking all that stuff down like we used to while we were at work.
Yeah.
Or them late nights playing the show.
Yeah.
All those times we talk about stuff. So.
Staying up till damn 3 o'clock in the morning. Both of us got to work at 7.
Yeah, and talking about greatest team in the '90s, or stuff like that. So I hope y'all enjoy this content. It's going to be something new on the channel, something we haven't done before. Kev's not here with us. He's got some husbandly duties to do at home, which my wife would probably think I need to do the same thing. But I love you, Taylor, but I want to go to England. So.
I don't think that's an unfair request.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and for the people that don't know what I'm talking about, trying to get our subscribers up, trying to get our likes up, so that way we have a chance to play in the YouTube Masters. Because as y'all know, we're primarily a golf channel, and we've kind of mentioned it in the podcast. If you haven't listened to the podcast, you need to, because we've been talking for probably over the last 3 or 4 podcasts about wanting to branch off and do some of the other things that we enjoy doing. We're still going to be pushing golf content. We're going to get Lee on the course with us
eventually.
But we're going to start branching off and doing some of the stuff that we enjoy doing. So normally we upload 2 videos a week, and so maybe one of those is a golf video, and then one of them is one of our other hobbies, whether it be getting Kevin ready for softball season, or whether it be me and Lee playing MLB The Show on PS5. Or it could be, it could be anything. It could be a D&D session. It could be me and Kevin, or even if Lee ends up coming with us, or my brother Cody, who's been on the channel, going out to Ballahack and playing airsoft. Or it could be us playing airsoft right here in the backyard. I have a little arena out here behind the yard, behind the chicken house. So, but long story short, I hope y'all enjoy this video. I hope y'all enjoy this content. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we're going to hop right into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it should be good. Just do me a favor, look down, and make sure your light's still blue.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, cool. So, what's your World Series picks, man? Who you got?
Way early prediction. I got to go with Atlanta.
You going to Atlanta?
I got to go. They're stacked. For the because everybody's going to pick Houston.
You think so? They lost Verlander, though.
They did, but I still think they're going to contend. Sleeper team?
Out of the AL?
Cleveland.
Really?
I think Cleveland. Cleveland had
they
had a great squad last year.
You think Shane Bieber and the boys can
I
Jose
think
Ramirez?
with Bieber and Tristan McKenzie?
Yeah.
I think they've got a shot.
You're only saying that because that's who you played on Road to the Show with. Oh, my God.
But no, we can't not forget about Toronto.
No.
Junior team, literally,
Yeah, everybody. The only one that didn't make it on that squad.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cavan, I don't know if he's still on that team, but you don't hear about him as much as you do
No,
Guerrero or Bichette.
Vladdy, Vladdy this, Vladdy that, but
Vladdy.
Yeah, seriously. And of course, always Boston. Throw Boston up there. Anybody but the Yankees. I mean, well, You know, they're the
Tampa always pitches well.
and you know, I don't know if they still are, but I think the last time I looked, they were I think one of, if not the only undefeated team, even though it's only been, you know, a handful of games. Everybody gave them a bunch of, you know, crap about hanging their wild card banner at the beginning of the season. Yeah, sure, they were swept immediately, but come out pretty good so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think a sleeper team out of the National League is going to be, I think, Chicago, man.
St. Louis as well.
Yeah. So,
Even
yeah.
though they lost, but St. Louis is there, and the Dodgers, and sorry, the Padres. I'm going to go ahead and say they're a lost cause.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know. Is Tatis even playing right now?
Yeah, I think he's still under suspension.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think you're not going to like this pick at all, but I think it's going to be Cubbies and Yankees. I stand the Yankees, but if you look at them,
they're stacked. They have up top to bottom.
As long as it's not Dodgers Yankees. If it's Dodgers Yankees, I ain't watching a game.
No,
I'm really not. Because I am a baseball fan, and I know that baseball has been the way it has been for a long time. That money buys championships in baseball.
Absolutely.
But the two biggest spenders in a World Series, I'm not going to want to watch it. I'm just not. Sorry.
Sorry. Yep, and like the Mets is there also, which I think that team's going to end up imploding on itself. Too much going on. Yeah, I don't think the Mets are going to do very well. I mean, I'm sure they'll still place second.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
So
okay. Back to the sleeper teams. You can't forget about Baltimore and Seattle either.
Baltimore ended the year hot last year, and Adley Rutschman is no joke.
No, he's not. Not at all.
And Ryan Mountcastle is good.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I mean, Cedric Mullins. They'll get John Means back, who's their ace. He was out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Baltimore. But see, that division is so tough.
It is.
I mean, you can make a case for every team. Maybe not Boston. I know you picked Boston, but they lost Xander Bogaerts.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really. They replaced him with. They didn't replace him, but they used that money to go get an aging Kenley Jansen, who
will give up shots all day.
And we would know that being Braves fans last year. Like Iglesias, there's a reason why they traded for Iglesias. Because you just can't trust him anymore. Yeah, he was a beast in his prime, but it's like Clayton Kershaw, like.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, sometimes you got to let those guys go before.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
or you have studs like Steven Strasburg that came in 10.
Yep.
And he just got overpitched.
On bad
Washington
teams.
Ruined him.
On bad teams.
Yes. Horrible Washington teams.
Trust me, I was living in Williamsburg and Charlottesville all during that time, and I used to go to those games. And I remember those playoff series when they had you remember Nigel Morgan? I think he ended up getting kicked out because he's racist.
Oh hell yeah.
I think. Don't hold me to that. But
good old John Rocker situation.
So keeping on the subject of baseball, let the viewers know a little bit.
All right, so my favorite baseball player of all times. You cannot. Ooh,
sorry.
This is one name that will always be in everybody's all time. The kid, Ken Griffey Jr.
KG.
Favorite baseball player of all time. In the 90s teams, he changed the game of baseball to what a lot of the kids are now. I don't want to say Ken Griffey Jr. was flashy. Ken Griffey Jr. was a 5, would you say 5-star baseball player?
Oh, he's definitely a 5-tool player.
Yeah, 5-tool player. Yep. Junior never won a World Series.
I didn't think so. And
he won maybe a handful of MVPs, maybe even one.
But he was American League though.
Yeah, he was on a very, the Seattle Mariners. They were always.
They always had good hitters.
They had,
but they never had good pitching.
No, their pitcher was big unit Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
That was
after
time. But now Seattle's got some young studs.
AGJ had Jay Buhner, Edgar Martinez,
A-Rod for a little bit, I want to think.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just one of those sad things, just kind of like Tony Gwynn, who's also up there and favorite players. Not a single World Series title.
Yep.
But the best hitter of all time.
You think?
I think so. Yep. Even better than Johnny Bench. Pete Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You can make the case.
Mm-hmm.
If you hitters of all time, it's 3 names. It's Tony Gwynn, Pete Rose, and Barry Bonds.
Mm-hmm. Everybody may, hate on Barry Bonds. No, I don't. Honestly, I'm kind of upset that this year's the show game, we got Sammy Sosa, we got Mark McGwire. No Barry Bonds. But you did talk to me on the chat the other night about what your, thinking is, and that could be it. He could be cover athlete next year. 25. Or 24, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if you remember. Do you remember who my favorite player of all time is? David Wright.
Yep.
Now this one's really gonna test you. You remember? Because I've told you multiple times who my second favorite is. He played for the Braves and he played for the Rangers. He also played for the Yankees.
Josh Hamilton, is it?
No.
No.
Josh Hamilton never played for the Braves.
Who were the teams again?
Rangers, Braves, and Yankees.
Oh, Mark Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira. Old Switchy.
Yep. A great Atlanta Brave during the mid 90s?
No, it was 2000s.
Late 90s? No.
No, it was 2000s.
Yeah.
No. It was like 2009, 2010.
Oh, yeah, because we had Ryan Klesko and Andres Galarraga for those teams.
Very underrated Brave, and I think you'll agree with this. Brian McCann.
Yep, absolutely. But the Braves have always had decent catchers.
Yeah.
We had back in the day, Javi Lopez. Yep. What was his name? Eddie Perez.
Who was the one that caught Greg Maddux?
Greg Olson. Yeah. Or no. I'm sorry. The one that caught Greg Maddux all the time was Eddie Perez.
Oh, was it? Yeah, he was the only one.
Perez only caught for Greg Maddux.
Yep.
Everybody else was Javi Lopez.
See, that's your favorite team of all time.
Mid-90s Atlanta Braves? Yep.
Because, and if you really break it down, like I've talked to my dad about it. I've talked to other people who enjoy baseball. What made that pitching rotation so good?
Leo Mazzoni.
No, I was just talking about just not necessarily pitching coach-wise. They had arguably the best number 4 pitcher of all time in Steve Avery.
Absolutely. Yep.
You put that guy on one of those bad teams for during that time frame, he's the ace on that squad.
Yep. Maddox, Schmaltzy, Glavine, Steve Avery.
What made them so good is that you can never get a dial in on them.
Nope.
Because each one of them are so different. John Smoltz was the flamethrower. He didn't quite have the control like the other two had, but he threw heat. Glavin, lefty, threw some heat, but was a sinker baller. And then you had Maddox,
who was
a surgeon,
who could throw the ball through a Fruit Loop.
You could take that ball right there and cut a hole in a 2x4, and he could throw it to it.
Yep. And like, you know, some of the, you know, a lot of the stuff that you see with like memes and baseball memes and stuff like that is, you know, it's like Greg Maddux will tell you what he's going to throw at you. Yeah. He'll tell you, I'm going to throw a slider low and in. You're still not going to hit it. Yeah. The control on that man was just, it was disgusting.
Yeah. And he studied his craft, and he was like that his whole career. It wasn't just like that with he was the same way in Chicago. I think he ended up with the Padres at one point.
Yeah. San Diego, I want to say San Diego was his last team on it.
It's kind of like Schmaltzy. His last he played for Boston.
Still a stud.
Yeah. Was still like a number 3 on that rotation.
Yeah.
That rotation that had Josh Beckett and Beckett, an underrated pitcher.
Yep.
Who was not an underrated pitcher, who I thought was extremely overrated, was Clay Buchholz. If we're going to talk about Red Sox.
I vaguely.
Exactly. He was their ace because he threw I think he threw one no-hitter. And they played him like he was an ace and just nothing.
Well, so since you just informed me the other day about your little bucket list baseball trip.
Oh, yeah. So we're going.
Talk about jealous.
So me and my dad have been talking about it for years, and we were going to involve my granddad in it. And we still might. I don't know. I haven't really talked to my granddad about it yet. But about with my dad growing up playing baseball and me growing up playing baseball all the way through high school and being very serious about it, I was just naturally a fan. And everything I all through up until I was like 19, I ate, slept, drank baseball. I remember I was probably 19, 20 years old. My dad was like, hey, why don't we start trying to plan a trip to go to these stadiums? We'll start with the stadiums that are all older, the historic stadiums, because we don't know how long they're going to be open.
Right.
Well, we've been putting it off for like the last 8-9 years. Well, finally, while my dad was up here for his birthday, or it was the weekend after his birthday, I finally told him, I was like, we were driving to the Outer Banks to go see my brother. And I was like, why can't we start doing those trips? So I started pricing tickets. And we finally got it set in stone that we're going to go to Boston this year and watch soccer. Obviously, I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to go back to Fenway. So, naturally, I was looking into monster seats. Well, I didn't look very long at monster seats. So, we're probably going to go right field. Either right field or we're going to go center. But, yeah, we're going this year. We're going to, I think it's like third week of June. Something like that. So, weather will be nice up in Boston. So, it won't be too hot.
Spend $35 on a hot dog.
Oh, well, see, so a guy I work with, he's actually one of my bosses. He's not my direct boss, but he's an ASM. And he is a big-time Red Sox fan.
Okay.
Big time. He used to go, I think he said he went every year for a little while.
Nice. And
I told him that I was going to a Sox game. Who you can go watch? Told him I said Sox and Yankees, and he's like, I've never even been to a Sox Yankees.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he's super jealous, and he was like, you better have plenty of money for food. He said, because you can go buy 2 beers and 2 lobster rolls, and it's gonna cost you $80.
Whoa!
And he was being serious.
Good gosh.
I was like, oh my goodness. And see, that's something I want to do. Whenever I go to these ball fields, I'm not just gonna order Cracker Jack and hot dog.
Right.
I'm gonna order whatever that
whatever
stadium's-
they're known for.
yeah, whatever that stadium's good for.
Mhm.
Like if I go to like next year, we're going to go to Chicago. We're going to go watch a game at Wrigley.
Nice.
I'm going to go get a Wrigley dog.
Mhm.
I'm going to go get a Chicago dog. I hate pickles. I'm eat one.
Eat it anyway.
It's a Chicago dog. If I
Yeah.
go to Wrigley, I'm eating a Chicago dog. And I'm eating deep dish pizza.
Hell yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. I might get a medium, but I'm eat all.
Hey.
I'm not a medium-sized boy by no means, but so yeah, we finally put it in motion. I gotta talk to my granddad, see if he's on board to go do it, but I'm sure. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Overthrew that one. I'm sure if I tell him where we're going.
Oh,
and-
that would be that's a dream 3-generation thing right there.
yeah, I know. Especially since my granddad, growing up, my granddad was the president of the Little League ball field, so
Mhm.
which I played. So, and my granddad was always big into baseball. Which actually, I have a video I want to show you. That my granddad got.
Uh-huh.
It's a Sandlot game of him and some of the guys he went to school with, and some of my cousins in 1972.
Oh shit.
That's way over. Sorry. Error. Put that one in the books. But yeah, I'll have to show you that video before you leave.
Oh, that might be low. Yeah.
Oh, off the foam. That's error number 2, back to back.
Yep.
But yeah. So
Yeah, I think that's an absolute bucket list item. Like even if you don't like either team, that would just be an absolute bucket list game to go to see. Almost as good as
especially now that the Yankees are good.
Yeah,
If I were to go
can't
watch a
even think
Yankees game, I don't want to watch it while they're rebuilding.
like 2 other teams that I would want, to see play. Like that's a great
and
game.
see, I was so torn because 2 weeks later they have a home series with the Braves.
Oh,
So I was so torn,
yeah.
but I'm going to go watch a game at Truist eventually. So I think we're going to finish this video up.
All right.
It's been about 30 minutes. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
My arm's killing me.
sorry. I hope y'all like this content, guys. Like I said, it was just us kind of out here throwing, having a good time, talking some baseball. Nothing super exciting, but it was fun.
Exciting.
Yeah, I know. It was a blast.
Good talk about baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Baseball. Baseball been very, very
Baseball
good.
been very, very good.
So I hope y'all enjoy the content. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Give us some love. Put some contents in there, what you want to see next. If you want more baseball content. If you just want some more baseball talk with me and Lee, give us a shout. So love you guys. Thank you for the support. And we'll see y'all in the next T-Box, Diamond, Airsoft Field, wherever we may be. We're going to be around though. Later, guys.